Hey everybody, it is Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With Country Life News at Big Family Homestead.
Yep.
Welcome to our, what are we calling this? NorthWoods Live?
Yep.
There's too many names.
There is.
There are.
Yeah, we need to, yeah. Anyway.
We're here.
It's fun.
We are hoping that you will join in the conversation with chats down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and the thumbnails and all the stuff and things.
And share with your friends and fam.
Here's my map. We're not done filling the map out, but we're talking about chicks.
Chicks. Hot chicks is what our kids used to like to call them. We're going to talk about some seeds and cicadas.
Bugs.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, will you be the one to eat them? I hope not.
I hope not. And the bears.
The bears.
The grizzly bears.
So, folks, part of the fun of this is jumping into the conversation, adding your 2 cents, as long as you're nice and respectful.
Yep.
You can even disagree, and that's okay, too.
Yep. We can all agree to disagree.
We can degree. I agree with you. Let's talk about chicks, shall we?
Yeah.
Chickens. Oh my gracious, the chicks are so cute. We have 30 now.
Yeah, and who doesn't love the little peepers? I love the little peepers. They're so cute.
I kind of think that you should have to take a test to decide whether you actually have a heart test. If you can hold little chickens just having a good time, pecking around. If you cannot see that they're awesome and
right,
then you might not be fully compassionate.
Yeah, you just don't
fully.
You don't have a soul.
I might be a little bit hyperbolic, but chicks,
so cute.
it's time. It's spring, and as you can see, we've got
the peep is in the air.
The peep is in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have had and then chickens for
I'm gonna
over a
say
decade
like
now.
Yes, I was thinking at least 12 years.
And we've had mostly successes, knock on wood.
Yes.
And sometimes we have sadly not been the best keepers and we've lost.
Yeah.
But we've learned a lot and we've gotten a lot of information from a lot of people who know what they're talking about.
Yeah. And we've learned a lot about even having chickens and what to do and what not to do.
Well, this article, Elizabeth Cronin of North Dakota State University, preventing the spread of bacteria from newly hatched poultry. And this is also on the agupdate.com site. Yeah. So just so you know, go ahead. Take it from there. Just skim it.
So backyard poultry owners and educators may be preparing for hatching season, which means taking precautions against spreading disease. Even in small and controlled environment, biosecurity threats are present. It's important that those working with poultry are prepared to keep those newly hatched birds and people in contact with them healthy. So tips on doing that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Way down here.
Yeah. Good biosecurity. Those big, big words. And hygiene.
Good or biosecurity?
Biosecurity.
Okay.
Good.
Big words.
All right. And hygiene procedures are greatly reduced. Can greatly reduce the risk of contamination and illness. Understand good practices for hatching small batches of poultry.
That doesn't apply to small folks, really.
No.
Okay. Go ahead.
Thoroughly clean your poultry enclosures on a regular basis.
Truth.
So yeah, if every time you get a new batch of chicks in, make sure really cleaning that pen,
all of it,
brood box,
enclosure,
whatever you want to call it,
habitat.
Right. Cleaning should be both wet and dry cleaning.
That's right.
Yeah, so you're going to clean up the dry stuff, then you're going to clean the wet stuff.
You're not just going to come in with, say, like a leaf blower, Yeah.
No. Dry cleaning is the removal of things like dried manure, feathers, bedding, other caked on material.
Poop.
That disinfectants would not sanitize.
Hands got to be clean.
Sure, hands got to be clean. Keep both. Stop.
Sorry. I'm trying to help.
I'm like trying to track. No, that's not happening. To keep both baby chicks and handlers safe, limit the holding and handling of your young birds.
Oh, I know that's so hard.
It's really difficult. It is. But then also wash your hands prior to and immediately after handling the birds.
Yep.
Deal in our house, or like don't touch the chicks until you've washed your hands, and when you're done, go wash your hands.
And our kids, they're so cute with the chicks, but they want to put them on their face.
Oh, do not let kids kiss chicks
they
or
want to do it.
No. Don't do
Bad
that.
for the
Human, bad human. Bad human.
naughty human.
Yep. Ensure young people keep their hands away from their faces and mouths when in close proximity to the poultry. Right.
So don't put them actually in your mouth.
No, don't do that.
Bad idea.
Treat any scratches or bites. What chicken? Oh yeah, I guess chickens do bite occasionally. Yeah. When you get bit or scratched from a chicken, please clean it appropriately. Alcohol, the routine, guys. Okay. After chores are completed, what does that mean?
That must be like a schooling
I
kind
guess.
of thing.
Check flooring, shoes, and surrounding surfaces for debris.
Okay.
Poop is what they're talking about.
So, bottom line, here's another tip that we have learned. And by the way, since it's like an open kind of forum. Yeah. If you have tips around the block with chicks and chickens, put your tips down below.
Yep.
One of the tips that we have learned that is incredibly good for their health when they're tiny is apple cider vinegar.
Yes. 3 bags full. So apple cider vinegar is a huge benefit to their digestion, to their health, and you really don't need a ton of it. You're basically going to take their water container, you put clean fresh water in there, and then in a one of those quart size, you're going to put a teaspoon. In a gallon size, you're going to put a tablespoon.
It helps with their digestion.
Yep.
Helps with butt.
Yep, it helps with pasty butt. It just helps. It's that probiotic that that the stores are always selling. It's that.
It's what we eat, for crying out loud.
It's what we eat, right? Exactly. So just put some apple cider vinegar in there. The good apple cider vinegar, the stuff with the definitely
the alien brain.
No, not that's kombucha.
Kombucha's
sorry, I know a lot of you folks like it, but I cannot get past
like an octopus.
And I've tried several different kinds. Our local little grocery store here, they actually fresh kombucha.
It's actually wiggling.
No, stop. And I've tried several different kinds. I cannot get past the taste because it tastes alcohol-y to me, like and I don't like it.
Movie. It just
I can't do it.
I'm afraid it's gonna be like a face hugger, like
yeah, I know.
On your face. So chicks.
Anyway, another thing that we like to do with our chicks is, yes, we buy chick feed. However, we ferment that chick feed.
Truth.
We don't start it the first day we get them. We wait a couple of days just to get them used to, okay, this is where your food is. Ferment it with, right now we'll do water, but as soon as our cow comes into milk, we will be using milk.
It's great.
It is fantastic. And we've got a video coming out in a few days all about it.
Lots of protein.
Lots of probiotics.
Probiotic for the chickens. Yep. Switched over to doing the fermented feed, by the way. This will be in the video. We save about half of the money.
Yes. And we use less feed. There's also less waste because they're not scratching through it. Ruth filled up our daughter Ruth filled up the chicken. We in the wintertime, okay, it gets really cold here in the wintertime, so we use one of those heated dog bowls for our chicken feed, and she filled it up this morning and it was gone.
No mess.
But later that day, yeah.
No, watch the video.
Yep.
But fermented feed to go.
Definitely.
All right, folks, let's get back.
Yeah.
You know, I can really get into digging seeds. I dig seeds.
No, we bury seeds, honey.
No,
We bury them. Yeah.
I dig seeds. So we should talk about seeds, shouldn't we?
Yeah,
I think we should talk about spring. As you can see,
'Cause
for us,
here. It's here.
isn't this lovely? Everything's coming to life.
Actually, it is, because actually there's a lilac bush over there that you guys can't see. It's off to that way. But from here, without my glasses, I can see the buds coming out onto it. So the trees haven't woken up quite yet, but spring is on the way.
The trees haven't woken up, honey, because it's still snowing out and will be later this week.
Yeah, it will be, actually.
So we've got to start seeds inside.
Yeah.
You guys probably are already eating the fruit right off the vine.
Well, in Florida, they're getting ready to plant they're getting ready to harvest their winter crop. Oh, come on.
Question. What is your favorite summer sandwich? Like, is it cucumbers, white bread, a little bit of mayo, a little bit of salt?
Tomato on mayo, with mayo and white bread.
Tomato?
Big slice of warm tomato. Yep, straight from the
Still
garden.
warm from the sun?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, folks. Let's talk about seeds. Oh my gosh, there are so many different ways to get your plants started inside, whether it's tomatoes, cucumbers, doesn't matter. And today we're going to talk about one little tip, well, probably,
Yeah, just a couple.
on how you can get your seeds started before they either go into a transition carton of some kind or out into the garden or wherever you're going to be growing your who's its and what's its. Take it away, Mom.
All right. So you can find out if your seeds are actually viable.
Going to germinate.
Exactly. Is you can get a wet paper towel or a napkin. Well, get it wet, but wring it out so that it's not soaking wet. Put a few seeds from that package in that paper towel. I didn't say this, but I suggest putting it in a Ziploc bag. You guys know those great school programs that, they grow beans, but they put them in a paper towel and stick them in a Ziploc bag.
Before they go into the cup.
Well, yeah, before they go into the cup. But it also shows, a bunch of other things that don't matter right now. But it creates a little greenhouse. To ramble, I'm like, no, it doesn't matter.
But you don't zip it tight shut.
Yeah, no, you can.
You do?
You do.
You do.
Yep,
So,
and you can put it in a sunny window. It creates a greenhouse.
So seed inside wet paper towel in the bag, sunny window.
Yep. And then a couple of days later, you'll be able to see if you are from that package are viable. They will germinate. And, honestly, don't let your seeds be too old. I've actually had stuff from 2017, 2018 still germinate. The rate per package is not that great, but it's so don't throw away old seeds just because you think they're old. Just try this method. It should work out well.
Well, and different plants have different germination rates. That's the term for it, is germination, whether it's going to go from seed to living plant thingy.
Yeah.
Plant thingy. Yeah, it's a technical term.
It's a
I don't expect the average lay person to understand. No. Anyway.
You're such a goof.
What I was trying to get at, and then my mind just went later.
Gee, and I averted the rabbit trail where he grabbed onto that rabbit and went whole hog. That didn't make sense either.
Okay, so what I was going to say is one of the plants that you guys know that I absolutely love is moringa.
Yeah.
Anti-inflammatory properties. However, we can't grow it here in Wisconsin, but we have started plenty of those plants from seed. Now, the thing about it is the germination rate on that one is very low.
Yes.
But when you do these methods, here's another thing on plants that are notoriously tough to germinate, soak the seeds for a few hours before you even put them in the wet paper towel. That water gets down into those husks and those outer shell, and it really helps you either determine if it's going to make it or if it's not.
A dud, right?
Yeah. So, and with plants like moringa, they're notoriously low on germination rates. So if you really want to get 1 or 2 plants, you're going to want to start like 8 seeds.
Try and, like you said, 8 to 10 seeds, and you may get half of them. So.
Well, and folks who've been gardening for a long time, put your 2 cents in the comments section down below.
Yep.
But this is one of the specific reasons why we absolutely do not care for hybrid seeds. We want heritage seeds.
Heirloom seeds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I've seen them labeled as heritage, but please explain the difference between heirloom seeds and hybrid seeds.
Heirloom seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, where hybrid seeds have been crossed with other plants or things tinkered with to make what I like to call a frankenplant. So we like the heirloom seeds, heritage seeds, where it is in the unadulterated fruit.
The most natural.
Yes. It's natural.
Because part of the reason is that some of these things that have been tinkered with, you may plant it and you may get fruit or food off of it this year.
Right.
But you might not next year.
Nope.
Because they're actually designed genetically not to.
Exactly. And if you decide you're going to that hybrid plant and replant next year, you will not get any fruit or the same thing or some other kind of weirdness. So we go with heirloom seeds. Make sure you're going with a reputable company. They're not, seeds from China that have been, again, altered. Local companies, not local companies, but local seed swaps are great. Just try and find a good reputable company, because if you're buying seeds, you want to know where your money's going.
Yeah. And I would highly encourage you are homesteaders, preppers, gardeners, anybody that's of the mentality where you want to produce more things on your own. Consider starting your own seed bank, saving your seeds. I would highly recommend that. Not only is it going to save you money, think about it like this. If you have the ability to grow food on your own without going to the store and buying it, that's like putting money in your pocket.
Exactly.
It's the same thing. But also, how valuable would it be if you had tomatoes and nobody else around to get tomatoes?
Those tomatoes are gold.
You bet.
Those are gold.
Especially if it's Taco Tuesday. No tomatoes.
No pico. No tomatoes, no pico. So
save your seeds.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right, let's get back to it. Okay, for those of you who have been watching our channel and know what's been going on, I'm a musician, I love Jesus, we are believers and have been for a long time, and I've been making music that is based 100% on nothing added, just scripture set to music.
Yep.
Here it is.
Yep.
This is funny. Why would you say, Brad, you're showing me volume 2? Well, that's kind of a funny thing, but you can get these CDs at everydayoutreach.com. So that's everydayoutreach.com. Tell them why we have
volume 2
instead of 1.
Throws it because volume 1 had we had to fix some errors of the cover, and so that's one is taking a little bit longer, and we got volume 2 in the mail first. So
the music I like the music a lot, to be honest, and I'm hypercritical of anything I'm involved with when it comes to creative stuff, but the music is good.
The music is very good.
It's very good.
And the lyrics, even better.
Well, you can't, it's God's word.
Exactly.
So you may even like the music or not like the music, but you can't complain about the word.
That's right.
So if you get a copy, what you're doing is you're helping us keep going, number one. But number two, you're listening to the Word of God. There's some of the Psalms. Most of these are Psalms. There's some Proverbs. There's Romans chapter 6 if you want to do something that's just straight up for memorization purposes. But here's another great thing. Way as like a ministry tool to hand somebody and say, hey, check this out. This is actually Bible music. It's the Word of God.
Yeah. And
they will not believe it at first, but it will open a door for you to chat with them about all kinds of other stuff.
Yep, that's true. It's awesome.
6-pack. Oh, yes.
Yes, you can. You can buy a 6-pack. Check those out on our website, everydayoutreach.com.
Yeah, and you're helping us out. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The bugs. Man, who likes the bugs? I don't like the bugs. But they're coming.
Yeah, they're coming.
They're coming.
And we're not talking about the ones that the elites want you to eat. No. These are not made to order.
No, these are some pesky little ones that, live in the ground forever and then
decades.
Pop their nasty looking heads out of the ground and decide to make all kinds of noise.
But I honestly think there's opportunity here, and I'm going to share that with you right now because I'm hoping that somebody puts a really good idea down below on what you can do with these pesky cicadas. Oh, who doesn't love the soothing sound of cicadas, loud and down, and it never stops. And it's time. We're coming back to cicada season.
That's right. 16 states will be having the lovely Cicada Glee Club in their backyards from mid-May through June.
This article is Whitney. This is Whitney. This article is from Whitney. I'm going to say
Hagewood. Yeah.
Yeah, from Farm Progress. Mm-hmm. Thank you. So tell us more about cicadas and what's going on.
So what does a hairdryer, a lawnmower, and a power drill have in common with the common cicada?
They're going to be coming to a theater near you.
They each make a boisterous racket, ringing 90 to 100 decibels.
If you're close to them, that's going to be not fun.
No, that's really loud.
Being an audio guy,
yep.
I decided to bring up a chart for you.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Decibel chart.
Decibel
Got to
chart.
say it like that. Sorry, I'm not trying to make fun.
If you can see here, basically a quiet office is about 50 decibels where you're just in it, right? I think 65 if it's not really a loud piece, if it's not, Metallica on piano.
Or your kid's not playing it.
Alarm clock, 75 decibels. That's okay. Now you're starting to get a little irritating. Mm-hmm. And way up here at 100 dB, which is the same thing as the cicadas, or factory noise.
Yeah.
And it says here that you're really only supposed to expose yourself to that 2 hours a day.
2 hours.
Buckle up, Sally.
Yeah.
The cicadas are coming.
They are coming. So those states are, just if you're in those states, Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, Missouri, Mississippi, North Carolina, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Wisconsin, and Virginia. Kind of widespread throughout.
Well, they go into the dirt and
they live, yes, they live underground. They are the 13 and the 17 years. They live underground that long, and they come out every 13 and 17 years, which is so very odd.
I can tell you this, that when we lived in Florida and I was in a band touring, every once in a while you'd go to a state that had this issue but did not. And I vividly remember going to a hotel one time and it was in the dark. We had gotten off of a flight and it was in the dark and we got to the hotel. And in the morning we went outside, did not know that this was an issue there. And there were piles 3 and 4 feet high in the corner. Breezeways of bugs.
Oh, gross.
And we were thinking, where's Pharaoh? Because God's doing something crazy with these locusts. Plagues. What is going on here? And we had no idea that it was something like that. A bug that would come up out of the ground. Well, okay. Gross, yes. Yeah. Not prepared for that, yes. But here's this is how Brad thinks.
Here goes.
Opportunity. Opportunity. If these bugs are going to be everywhere, I'm thinking chicken food. How do you get them?
Freeze dry them.
A big freeze dryer. You could sell them. You could sell them to George Soros real quick because he wants you to eat bugs anyway. So you could sell them to him by the pound, and then he's going to sell them back to you from your fast food. No, yucky. But that is one side thing, separate thing.
No.
Thoughts down below. Who's eating bugs?
Me. No, thank you.
But I'm thinking, how could you make it to where it'd be really great for chicken feed that you didn't have to buy?
True. So there's some things. I was just kind of skimming this. Some things. Okay, so from mid-May to late June, the insects will surface from the ground with a final molting and leave behind their unmistakable crunchy protective layers, often found out attached to trees and shrubs. Yeah, this marks the beginning of the cicada's adult stage and lasts for around 5 weeks.
I'm thinking, what can you do with all these? That's a lot of protein for your chickens.
Mating and the sounds of their striking chorus. So the melodies actually only come from the male cicadas, who use drum-like structures in their abdomen to create high-pitched mating to attract female counterparts.
That's how I did it. That's exactly how I was in a band.
Okay.
See, that's how it works.
Okay.
Like, I wasn't a jock, so I wasn't going to be the sports guy.
But you weren't a drummer.
No, here's the point. I wasn't a jock, and I knew that, and I didn't like to dance because, that's just, I wasn't a theater, you know what I'm saying. So I had to be in band. I had to use my abdomen to make noises to attract the ladies.
Oh, my.
No?
Yeah, okay.
Is that a stretch?
I think a little bit.
I don't know, guys.
That we need to watch out for, though, too. What do cicadas eat, folks? They eat the bark of oak trees and fruit trees. I did do a little search when I found out about the cicadas coming about a month ago. So we have to be mindful of our fruit trees. Is one way that you could actually protect your young fruit trees.
Ninjas.
No.
Fruit ninja?
No.
Different kind of thing.
Aluminum foil.
What?
I know.
Wait, what?
I know. I looked it up, and you guys, if this works,
does it work?
Let me know.
Comments
if it doesn't, let me know. This was something on the internet, because everything you see on the internet is true, right?
Sure, yeah.
It's what I found. It's what I saw.
What do you do?
You wrap the aluminum foil around the base of the fruit tree.
The base,
the trunk.
So they come up, because you can see that they fly.
They come up, yes, but themselves to the trunks of the trees.
What?
That's what I read. It's what
I
read.
They just don't like the tin foil, huh?
Apparently, they can't attach to the tin foil. So you guys know, you guys that have been farmers for a long time who have had cicadas. I have never lived in a state where there has been cicadas.
Let me ask you.
So I've never experienced them.
You have.
No, I haven't.
Florida had them.
I didn't live in Florida when they had them.
Oh, they were loud.
Yeah,
oh my
no,
gosh.
I never did.
So here's my question then. You kept going. Well,
and what you didn't see is he's tapping me on my leg. He's like, I have a thought. Sorry.
It was good information. I think I know what I was going to ask. Is this true? Have you ever like this? Or is this like going on a snipe hunt? Not a snape hunt. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But a snipe hunt, is it one of those things where we just got sucked in, we got fished in, and because we're green, we didn't realize it? So Whitney, you tell us. For farm progress.
Okay. So I scrolled to the end of the article.
She tells us about
it. She says that you can cover your young trees with mesh netting or cheesecloth during mating season. So we
Maybe.
should cover our fruit trees. The only issue is get pollinated by the bees.
Well, that's why she said mesh netting. So mesh netting, the bees can go through.
Well, if it's too small or too big, then
We need a better solution.
we need a better
Whitney,
solution.
you have given us plenty of good information. However, we need targeted solutions.
Yep.
What do you got?
Cicadas sustain on a liquid diet of sap from trees and shrubs. That's why.
That's
why they go
Whitney,
after.
You know, Whitney's always that chick that comes to the party, and she's the one that's always she's over telling everybody, you know, hey, guess what? Cicadas are coming, and they're going to eat your stuff and your things. No, I don't know. She's probably a very nice lady.
I don't even know this woman.
Look at her. She looks awesome.
She's a very nice looking person.
Yeah. So anyway,
Too funny.
thank you, Whitney, for your article.
Yes.
Cicadas were full of baloney. Well, not us. It wasn't us.
There was a few things that I found somewhere else that could be full of baloney. So you guys let us know.
I think you could probably just wrap dirty socks around the base of the tree and you'd be fine. Just fine. Oh, one of my least favorite things is when big government folks from somewhere else who have no idea what's going on in the ground in a local community decides they're going to make a broad brush stroke across multiple people, multiple counties, multiple animals, and they decide from a federal level what is good for you. I am not a fan.
No, I am not a fan either.
Are you? Are you a fan? So let's talk about
the
bears. The big grizzly bears.
The bears. Okay, so here's the thing. This article, when we saw it, it spurned in our brains, not necessarily what all's going on in Idaho. If you're in Idaho, speak to your Idaho issues.
Yeah.
Really made me think about how government, that's big government, tries to involve themselves in every little aspect of all of our lives. They get their tentacles down into everything, down to habitats that they don't know anything about.
No.
Animals understand the local populations. They don't understand it. Some bureaucrat somewhere read a book, or maybe even they're smart about it, but they don't live there. They don't understand. They don't know what's going on the ground, yet they'll make broad brush strokes and say, this animal here should or shouldn't be there, or fish. Let me tell you what, we're getting dive bombed by a bureaucratic problem right now.
Oh, you have no idea.
You guys, I'm not kidding when I say that there's probably 100 what look like ladybugs right over there. They're not. They're called Asian beetles. And they bite you, and they stink, and they don't.
Right.
And they were brought in. They were not a natural species here. They were brought in for some by a big government bureaucrat who thought, this is great. And
this will help solve the problem.
And now we've got a bigger problem because of that genius. So, the bears.
So in Idaho, they are sparring with the feds over the grizzlies. Okay. So they're petitioning the government to remove grizzly bears from the endangered species list. There is a huge population of
the bears.
The bears, yes, the grizzly bears specifically. What did I see earlier? They're in Alaska and Canada. That's so grizzly bears are a subspecies of brown bear found in Alaska and Canada. There's glitching.
You got all that?
I don't.
You good?
I don't.
Should I get you
the total grizzly bear population is estimated at over 60,000 bears. Okay, with about 2,000 living in the lower 48 states, the continental United. Idaho, Washington, Wyoming, Montana, and they are under the ESA protection, which stands for
means federal. Translate that. Yeah, it's federal. You guys
Endangered Species Act.
Yeah.
So they're protected under that. The problem is they're becoming a nuisance.
They're getting into people's stuff and things and threatening humans.
Yes, and small animals, and just they're becoming a problem.
We actually know a real human who was attacked by an actual bear and lived. He and his wife, who will remain nameless.
Oh, yes.
Not far.
Not far.
Not a farm out in the middle of the woods.
Not a farm in the middle of no. Sorry, glitching again. Not out in the middle of the NorthWoods of Alaska, or not the NorthWoods of Alaska, NorthWoods of Canada. Not out in the middle of nowhere. No. This was in the middle of town.
Mm-hmm.
They were, and it wasn't a grizzly because we don't have grizzlies
right
here, but still.
Well, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is where I'm wanting to bring up is that government officials, while they may mean well, they don't. Mm-hmm. It's not like boots on the ground. The people that are around there are saying, "Hey, these animals have become a problem. We need to thin this out."
Yeah.
For example, very quietly, shush. Wolves have been reintroduced where we live.
Yep.
Fortunately for us, knock on wood, has not been a problem. I think mainly because puzzle. Yeah. They don't want to come around.
Right.
We used to have bear here. We used to have coyotes here. We used to have wolves here. Mm-hmm. And now we haven't seen any, knock on wood.
Right.
But here's my problem. Again, it's that people who don't know, who are just trying to justify mm-hmm. at some place that is a bureaucratic haven, they're the ones signing off saying you should or shouldn't have this. And they don't live here. They don't know. They're not here. They don't understand the devastation that's happening to people's animals.
Right.
Or
what's happening to the ecosystem because that animal has been either removed or reintroduced.
And we're dealing with thousands of bugs in our house mm-hmm. all the time.
Yeah. And we can't get rid of them. Aside from spraying with chemicals, we can't get rid of them. Chemicals in the house.
It's actually become quite funny when she's talking about the Asian mm-hmm. beetles.
Yeah.
It's beyond irritating now. I think we should probably start looking at this, like, what is it, the 7 degrees of grief, or what is it that when you lose somebody?
Yeah, I think it's the 7
stages of grief.
Yes.
Where I know there's anger in there. There's denial. I think we're to the point of it's beyond our control. Mm-hmm. It's out of our hands.
Yeah.
Because we vacuum them up every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the whole house.
Mm-hmm. And they come back. We dispose of them outside. Yeah.
So the bugs, crazy. Mm-hmm. But the point I'm making, and your thoughts down below, is I would really like for people that actually know the area, who live here, to be the ones that are saying, hey, your deer population way too high. Mm-hmm. Maybe let the hunters have a few more deer tags.
Sure.
Instead of people that don't know what's going on about the bears or the bugs or the deer or whatever.
Right. Well, you guys remember back, I don't remember when it was, but they removed the wolves from Yellowstone Park.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to that ecosystem after the wolves were removed? It started to break down. The streams were overrun with smaller critters and things like that because those smaller prey animals were not being eaten by the wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then they reintroduced the wolves park. I'm pretty sure it is Yellowstone. I'm 90%
correct
sure.
us if we're wrong.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I was pretty sure it was Yellowstone. Anyway, they reintroduced wolves back into the ecosystem, and guess what? The ecosystem is back to normal.
Leveled up.
When man comes in and interferes with some of the things that God has put in place, then
we muck it up.
Yes, thank you. We muck it up. Exactly.
Am I allowed to say muck?
Yes, it's not a bad
muck
word.
Is just, yeah.
It's the intent of the heart anyway, so.
Well, I mean muck it up. That was my intent.
Well, muck it's just another term for poo.
Sloppy, muddy poo.
Yeah, exactly.
And mud.
It's just a nicer, kinder word. Anyway.
Muck it up. Sounds like a t-shirt.
So, Man is here. They just tend to muck things up. So
Don't do that. Yeah. Let the wolves be.
right. Let
Anyway.
the bears be. No, well, maybe.
bears.
Yeah, it's just
Here, let's get
it
back to
needs
the
to
bear
happen on
picture.
a local level. you
Looks
know.
like our dog Brutus.
Seriously does, actually. Just, they look like such sweet little things, but no,
I would not try to pet him.
I would not want to get involved with that thing. No way.
Mm-mm.
No way.
And think back to that thing, that one thing that your mom used to make. You can probably
Could probably even
smell
smell
it.
it. Mm-hmm.
You can smell it. Close your eyes and think of, oh, it was that Christmas, this thing or that, or it was my birthday dinner, or she made this.
Mm-hmm.
What was that made? And it just brings you right back. Fond memories, good stuff. That's what we've been compiling.
Yes. Some
Right here.
delicious recipes that
In a
are
cookbook.
in a cookbook that are from scratch. So today I put to, well, here, I'm going to try. I'm going to
I was going to say, that doesn't look very impressive there.
No, this is not. It doesn't have our label on it yet. But I'm going to drop it here. I put all of the recipes in plastic sheets.
Of what? What do you show?
Our cookbook.
And? It has a name. What is
It's called A Hug from Home.
See? Come on, baby.
Man.
See, we're highly trained broadcast professionals. Not. What are you showing them?
I'm showing them a box.
I love your binder.
This is a very nice binder.
That binder was very expensive. It had an ID tag on
It had
it.
an RFID tag in it, folks. Come on.
It actually really did.
It did.
So let's start again. Here, ready? 1, 2, 3, and ready? Here we go. Hey, honey, what have you got there?
Book that's out now. You can get it on our website, bigfamilyhomestead.com.
What's the name of that cookbook?
Called A Hug from Home.
It's like
Except
a
you're gonna
pounding.
get a smack from Mom here in a second, pal.
I'm
But it is the biggest cookbook we have written so far. It has 90 some pages with, I don't even know, probably 175-ish recipes in here, and extras and meals in a jar and just some delicious, healthier recipes. I wouldn't say perfectly healthy, but because these are not from packages. These are from scratch meals that are absolutely delicious and delightful. One being my favorite green smoothie is in here. It's a green smoothie. Here, I'll show you.
a green smoothie?
Yes.
That's one of your faves?
That's one of my faves.
Really?
Green smoothie, or my favorite smoothie anyway. So I had to put that in there.
Is it made with cicadas?
No.
A lot of protein in cicadas. Just ask George Soros. Bill Gates, he wants you to eat them bugs. It's bulk up for
Football season.
cicada season.
Them bears.
So you get this book, honey.
I said it already. You weren't listening. Clearly, you weren't listening.
Maybe I wasn't.
No,
Maybe I
he
was just
wasn't.
enjoying the view. Why don't you tell me again? This time I'll. You got all. You good? Here comes a cat. Hi, kitty.
You can purchase this PDF download cookbook, A Hug from Home, on our website at bigfamilyhomestead.com/shop.
Daisy looks like something's wrong.
Oh, I thought that was. That's
Oh.
her. That's her behind end. Her head end is over there.
Me. Told you there was a cat. Oh, kitty. Hello.
This is Nala.
Shh, listen. She's a happy kitty.
This is cat Nala. Oh, she's gonna play with the microphone.
Don't do that.
She's a demon cat.
No, she's not.
She is too.
She's just happy.
She does flyby swattings.
That is true.
And actually, the other night, Ruth was walking past her, and she went and onto Ruth's leg, paws out and everything, drew blood instantly. It was not very nice. She's a kitten. She's not even a year old yet, so she's still a kitten. She's super playful and kind of annoying. But
She likes
This
it when
is
we're
this
rubbing
is
her
a
hair.
this is a paracord bracelet collar.
She loves it.
She doesn't
She
care.
loves it. Anyway. All righty, ladies and gents. So here's the scoop. I think we're gonna say thank you. I didn't want to,
I'm surprised Daisy and her they kind of fight. It's really kind of funny.
Daisy's the only one that is irritated with her a little bit, but
Brutus is afraid of her.
doesn't care. He's a chicken.
He's afraid of her.
So, ladies and gents, thank you for watching the program with us. I hope you've had a good time, fun and light.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And also share a bunch of information that we think is pertinent to you and us.
Yep.
Please don't forget to check out the cookbook. It does help us to be able to keep going, and that's at
bigfamilyhomestead.com/shop.
And if you want a CD, it really helps out the ministry a lot too. And that's at a different website, which is called everydayoutreach.com. Boom.
Yeah.
So that's it for today. I'm Brad.
I'm Christa.
You guys have an amazing and blessed day.